Welcome to BizJet TV. My name is Fabrizio.poli and today I'm here to talk to you about the very light jet market and why the very light jets have failed. Now, you probably came to this video because somebody told you you could get a private jet on the cheap. Well, guess what? They're telling you a fairy tale and you're believing it. But you know, you're on this video now and I'm going to be educating you on why the very light jet market failed. Now, the whole concept started off back in 2006, 2007, where a number of manufacturers decided to produce a jet which was lighter, which was smaller, because that way they could bring the cost of operation costs of this aircraft down. Then on the other end, you had a series of new ventures starting up saying, yes, let's order this airplane, let's buy 20 of them or 100 of them, or in the case of Dayjet, over 300 of these aircraft. And that was the Eclipse 500, backed by Bill Gates, and because Bill Gates backed it, everybody thought this is going to be a good project. Bill Gates is in it, he's put his money in it, let me buy some aircraft, let me develop this project. Now, two reasons why the whole very light jet market failed is, number one, they're very small aircraft, and they were catering for those people that are used to flying, you know, on 737s and Airbus A320s, and suddenly they get on this airplane which carries 3 to 4 people. I mean, look at the Eclipse 500, very, very tiny. It's like a Fiat 500 or an Opel Corsa with wings. But you know, it's taking you up to 30,000 feet. So that's the first thing, is these airplanes were really, really small. Now, it's different for a pilot owner because a pilot owner is used to flying their Beach Bonanza or their Mooney, and they're quite happy to transition onto a jet. And so the Eclipse 500 has worked with some pilot owners. But what has happened, the other thing, is these jets are actually very slow. And so consequently, air traffic control said, we can't stick these airplanes up at 37,000 feet in front of all the airline traffic because it's going to slow Mr. Lufthansa and Mr. American Airlines down, and they're not going to be very happy. So consequently, air traffic decided to bring these aircraft down to 25,000 feet. Now, when you do that, as we all know, jets burn less fuel at higher altitude. So if you start to bring these aircraft down to 25,000 feet, the fuel burn goes up and the operating cost goes up. So now it's not that convenient from a cost perspective to operate these aircraft. So these are the two things that really killed this market. And we had, you know, Cessna come in with a Citation Mustang. They soon discontinued that, the Eclipse 500. We have the Adams aircraft produced a jet, the Diamond D jet, the Piper jet. A lot of these aircraft never actually got to certification. They abandoned the project halfway through or 3/4 of the way through. But we did see Honda and also Phenom 100 and the Phenom 300 built by Embraer managed to pull through this market. I think they did a very good job. Honda took 10 years to certify the aircraft. You can click on the link above, an interview I did about the Honda jet, which is interesting. So these have managed to pull through. They are faster jets, and I think that's probably why they managed to pull through compared to the others. So anyway, if you are looking at buying a private jet and you are thinking of trying to do it on the cheap, click on the link above about, you know, cheap private jets. But you know, I would recommend you contacting me. You can ping me an email and I'll schedule you in for a call. As I always say, I can only give out general information here on BizJet TV. We really need to get specific. And if you are thinking of buying an aircraft and flying in that aircraft up at 35 or 45,000 feet, you need professional advice because you need to be careful what you buy. You need to see the real numbers. And anybody that's trying to lure you into this by telling you, yes, you can buy a jet for $400,000 and you know, it's going to cost you, I don't know, $250,000 a year to operate. I mean, be very, very careful because there are people out there trying to sell you an airplane just to make a quick buck. But you know, at the end of the day, we've got to look at the real numbers here and be real about it. And private jets are not cheap, which is why only 18,000 people in the world own a private jet. And some of these people have got together, like 4 people, and bought one jet and 4. So, you know, that's the situation here. And there's 21,900 plus private jets in the world, so there aren't many. And the reason why there aren't many is because these things are expensive to buy and expensive to run. But if used in a certain way, the private jet can be a very valuable business tool and will make you a ton of money. And you can click on the videos I've done about that. In particular, my interview I did with Grant Cardone and how he's used a private jet to make himself money. And that's an interesting interview to hear from a private jet owner and how he went from never having even stepped on a private jet, buying his first jet and, you know, tripling his net worth and going on from there. But you'll hear about that interview, so click on that link, and that's very interesting. So I'd like to hear your comments, and as this was inspired by your comments, please keep commenting. Let me know what you think about the very light jet market. Have you got a very light jet? Have you ever operated one, flown one? What do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Let us know what you think. Give us a thumbs up, and also if you haven't subscribed to BizJet TV, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. And that's all from Fabrizio.poli on BizJet TV, and I'll see you on the next one.